lock in on this. So, before we get into the presentation, we're going to start with this quote. And if you have any questions on this, feel free to ask. Your inner state, okay. Because your moods continually externalize themselves, you could prophesize from your moods that you, without search, would soon meet certain characters and encounter certain conditions. That's a quote from this guy named Neville Goddard, who, without going too in depth about him, he wrote books on how your thoughts create the reality that you live in. So you ever met somebody who's always mad and they find more reason to get mad?
Yeah.
Their thoughts are creating their reality. Now, are there any parts in this where you want me to expand on? Because this is the basis of the whole presentation.
Um, the part in yellow.
All right, part in yellow. Your moods continually externalize themselves. So above that, he would use the word mood the same way you would say your state of being. Somebody who's mad all the time, that's a mood, but your state of being is more like how you view yourself, how you view the world. It's how you operate. Now, the part that's in green, without search, means without you going and looking for it. If I woke up and decided I'm going to go look about how to become a brain surgeon, I would find that information. But without searching for something, you will meet people and experience things that match up with the mood that you're in, the way that you're operating through the world, and the way you're living. Now, do you have any other questions on that? Okay. So, all requests are answered, and ask and you shall receive. Now, what's something that you want? Like something you want in life?
To get into an Ivy League college.
Okay.
University.
So the request you have, the thing you want, the thing that you ask somebody for. How do I get into this Ivy League college? How do you do it?
GPA, SAT score. It play a big part in it.
Now you just see how the thing that you asked, the request you made was just answered. The request is how do I get into this college? The answer is GPA, grades. Now you know what you need to do. To get what you want, now you have the answer to your request. Then ask and you shall receive. You asked, how do I get into a college? You just received an answer. So take that to mean when we're asking for things like, I want more money. I want a big house. I want more money. I want a big house. I want this relationship. I want this. I want that. I'm asking for all these things. Now I've made the ask. I'm going to receive it. I've asked people. I've asked maybe a higher power. I'm going to receive an answer. I'm going to receive a plan. I'm going to receive the answer to my request. Now we're getting to the fun part because we have to get these two like boring slides out the way in order to get to the stuff that is really impactful. Okay, next. So, what do you see right there?
Magnets.
Yeah, well, why is the second one not a magnet? It's just a block of metal.
Electron.
Yes, that's the point though. Because you know how there's some people who just seem like good stuff just keep coming to them, like they're getting more money, bigger houses, faster cars. Life is so amazing for these people. But then you have other people who, no matter what they do, they always seem to stay on the same income level. They're living in the same areas. Their life is the same way. They're dating people who all act similar. Like they're in these toxic relationships back to back. They're both people. They're both magnets, but one of them is magnetized. One of them is attracting. One of them is it's putting out the signal of here's what I want. Bring me more of this. Bring me prosperity. Bring me abundance. Bring me love, bring me these things, and it's getting it because it's magnetized. It's attuned to the energy to attract that thing. And what I'm going to teach you how to do is to go from a block of metal to a magnet. How to go from down here to up here. How to attract the things you want. How to get the kind of money you want, the kind of people you want, the kind of lifestyle you want, to feel the way you want. I'm going to teach you how to go from a block of metal to a magnet. So firstly, the idea. It's like a light switch going on and off. You have ideas back to back all the time. What should I do today? How do I feel? What do I want to eat? You're just getting all these ideas for what to do. And it's the answer to your request. I ask, okay, how do I make more money? Start a business, start a hair salon, start an ice cream truck, get a job, sell stuff you don't use, cut grass, shovel snow, start a dog daycare center. These are all things I'm thinking of right now. All these different ideas are just popping back to back to back to back. It's a light switch going on and off. You get an idea. Maybe that could be for some people, I want to leave this job. My idea, I want to leave my job. How do I do it? Here's all these things you can do. Back to back ideas. The problem though is we're just talking about it. It's just in there and then it's gone. In there and it's gone. But the idea is the answer to your request. If I want to make more money, the idea is the answer to how do I make more money. And randomly, it just pops in there. But the problem is when we leave it as an idea, no action has been taken. A lot of people, you know how you meet those people and they've been talking for 5 years about starting that business. They've been talking about how they're going to move out and get an apartment, or they're going to leave this job, or they're going to get a promotion, or they're going to get a loving relationship. They're just talking and talking and talking and talking. That's just an idea. That's just an idea. We don't have any plan. We don't have any action. We haven't taken steps. I just have an idea. It's just idea. Then, after you have an idea, which is the answer to the request you made, come on, go to the next slide. What in the world? Okay, there we go. Now from idea, we have a thought. An idea is a light switch. It's just on and off, on and off, on and off. Your thought is the idea that you now put energy into. It's called thinking, not ideaing. Because an idea, you pick one, you turn it into a thought, you put energy into it. So the thought is an idea that you have focused energy into. It is how will I do the thing. So let's just use hair salon as an example. I want to leave my job. I want to make more money. What do I do? Idea, open a hair salon. Thought, how do I open a hair salon? Where do I get the hair from? How do I hire employees? How much does it cost to get a store? Where would I put my store? How would I tell people that I have a hair store? How will I market? This is the thought. Now I'm thinking about it. I'm putting energy into the idea. I write down a plan. Now, the system I'm telling you about, you can apply this to anything. You can apply it to making more money. You can apply it to opening a business. You can apply it to relationships. It's simply a formula for how to get the things that you want, how to go from an idea to becoming the kind of person who lives the life that you want. So, throughout these slides are going to be parts that are highlighted in yellow. Those are the most important parts on each slide. When you have the thought and you're making your action plan, write it as if you're giving advice to somebody else. You know how easy it is to give somebody else advice that you know you should take, but you don't? Exactly. The reason why is When we're thinking in regard to ourselves, unfortunately, we often think in a limited perspective. We're thinking from this, oh, but I can't do that. Ah, but that's too hard. Ah, but that's too hard. Ah, how am I going to do that? But if your friend told you that they want to get into Harvard and ask you for advice, you tell them, oh, get a 4.0 GPA, do this, do that, do this at your curriculum. To get into law school, you need to do these things. You would tell them step by step for me the perfect game plan. It doesn't matter how hard it is. It doesn't matter the hurdles you need to jump through because you're telling somebody else to do it. So when you're writing your game plan, you need to write it as if you're telling somebody else to do it and then you have to do it. It's like a doctor giving out medicine. The doctor knows exactly what to give you, but the medicine tastes terrible. But they know what to give you because they're not the one who got to swallow. If you want to if you want to live the life you want and go to the kind of places you want, you have to be willing to take the medicine as if you have to administer it as if you're the doctor, but also be your own patient. Then, now you have the idea. It's a thought because you're taking action on it. You're putting energy into it. You're putting energy into the idea. You're writing it down. You're taking steps. So the idea was hair salon. The thought is, how do I open a hair salon? How do I get a business license? How do I import the hair? Now you have a thought. You have an action plan. Vision. This is the part that people often can refer to as meditation, visualization, um, imagination. There's all these names for it. But vision is like, you ever heard the phrase catching a vibe?
Yeah.
You just enjoy the person's vibe. Like something about being around them is calming to you. It's relaxing. You can just be around them forever. Like you don't want this to end. This is so great. You feel the vibe. That's vision. Imagine, just close your eyes right now. I know it's going to seem silly, but just do it. Close your eyes. You are inside of a BMW. The interior is a red soft leather. The outside is a shiny black metallic paint. The license plate is A5032. You feel yourself weightless on the seat. You grip the brown wheel as you gently press down on the pedal, hearing the purr of the engine. You're zooming through the streets without a care in the world. Now open your eyes. You just saw and felt everything in there, didn't you?
Yeah.
Exactly. That's vision. That is vision. You have to imagine yourself in first person perspective, living the kind of life that you want. Because the idea, hair salon, the thought, how do I? But that's limited. That's to say that I need to get there. Vision is I'm seeing myself there. I'm already there in my mind. Up here, I'm in the hair salon. People out. I have customers. It's great. Business is booming. I have my license. Everything's great. But on the outside, I don't have it. The outside, I don't have it. But in here, I have it. In my vision, I see it. I feel it. I hear it. I can smell the hair and products. But on the outside, it's not there yet. Now, do not, when you're making that vision inside of your head, don't think in terms of time. Don't think, oh, but that's 10 years away. No, 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 no. Your brain does not think in terms of time. Don't do that. Because you're separating yourself from the vision. You're saying, yeah, in my head, 10 years from now, I'll be here. No, just imagine yourself already in the place that you want, in the apartment you want, in the office space you want, doing the kind of things you want, around the type of people you want, driving the car you want. Just like I had you imagine that BMW, just like how you felt the wheel, you felt the engine, you had the seat underneath you, you saw the red, you saw the black, you saw the streets, you saw the streets. Think of it like that. Whatever your dream life is, in your vision, live in that dream life. Don't Don't think, oh, it's so far away. No, in your vision, live there. Imagine it, feel it. Then you want to make this as vivid as possible. Whatever it is your dream life is, even if it was living out in the middle of nowhere on a farm, hear the rooster clucking, hear the chickens, hear the cows, smell the grass, whatever it is that you want for your life, imagine this in detail. Also, the yellow part here, put no limits on your mind. Again, close your eyes and we're going to do this again. Imagine a giant green elephant with wings on it, and it's flying over the skyline of Philadelphia. Now open your eyes. You just saw a giant green elephant flying over the skyline of Philadelphia. Have you ever seen a green elephant? Have you ever seen a flying elephant?
No.
So how in the world did you logically just see a green giant elephant flying over the city of Philadelphia? That's the point right there. You're getting it because your vision, your mind, your imagination has no limit. And if you put a limit on it, it's like having a tree. A tree can grow all the way up here. But that's like your mind. Your tree can grow all the way up there. But if I say, oh no, my tree can only be 10 feet tall. Have you ever seen a 10-foot tall tree? Like a tree that only, like it stops at 10 feet. Exactly. So why would you put a limit on what your mind can imagine? Oh, that's for other people. I can't do that. Oh, I'm not smart enough. I'm not good enough. Oh, I don't look a certain way. My family don't come from the right background. I can't because XYZ. You're putting these outside things, these labels, these societal conditions on your mind. Your mind has no limit except what you tell it its limit is. Now, this is where you need to remove all doubt. You got to remove the doubt. You cannot, in your imagination, in your world up here, there is no doubt, no doubt. In the outside world, I might feel shy, I might feel timid, I might feel this, I might feel that. But in my mind, there's none of that. Because when I first started out speaking, I didn't even have a tripod. I had an iPhone in my hand, and I just hit that record button. On the outside world, people think I'm crazy. Like, what is this kid doing sitting in a park with his camera like this, talking into the phone? Who do he think he is? But that's because I was operating from my vision. I was operating from up here, not out here. Because up here, when I was 15, I saw myself on the stage. I saw the crowd clapping. I heard them. I saw the eyes. I saw people throwing roses. I could feel my feet on the stage. I heard the sound of wood as I walked. I felt the microphone in my hand. I was speaking. I was operating from vision. Because not everybody is able to imagine your life for you. Because the world's going to try to tell you what you can and cannot be, what you can and cannot do. And you got to remove all those doubts when you go into your mind, because up here, anything possible. I could go to the moon up here. I don't know how I'm going to get there. I have no clue how I'm going to get to the moon, but I'm going to get there somehow. When I started speaking, I had no clue how I was going to be at a high school right now, speaking to an audience of people, giving them information that can really change their life. I had no clue how I do it, but I knew I'm going to do it. Somehow, some way, it's just going to happen. I'm going to figure something out. That's because I removed the doubt. Now, you need to ignore what you physically see, hear, and experience. This goes back to when I was sitting in the grass with a white beater, some jeans, and some beat up Timberlands. I still had those same Timberlands. And I got my iPhone in my hand, no microphone, no lighting setup, nothing. Just iPhone 13 and 15-year-old Lawrence in the park. And I got my hand and I just hit that record button and I'm talking to the camera as if it's an audience. My audience was me and the 4 people that watch my YouTube videos. That was it. Me, the birds, and the random people walking past. That was it. But only reason I am here today is because when I was 15, I ignored what I saw and what I did not have. I ignored all of that. I operated from up here, not from out here. Before you can open up a hair salon, you got to believe it's possible. You got to see the chairs. You got to see the scissors. You have to see the clients coming. You got to see the haircuts happening. You have to see it up here. Hello? You got to believe it up here before it can happen out here. Do you have any questions on that? Because this is one of them. Like, this is a topic that I put so much energy into.
You explained it well, so I don't have like questions.
Thanks. Because when I was putting this presentation together and this information, I was like, because this is the formula that I use to change my whole life. I don't ever say this to brag to people, but I'm literally 19 years old and I get paid to talk. That is my business. I get paid to talk and teach people. And this type of information, this is some stuff that, like, you listen to it, it's going to change your life. I say that all the time, but this really is just, if there is nothing you take from this, from me doing these speeches at this high school, take this. Becoming. Now I'm on to the 4th part. You're now the person who attracts your desired outcomes. The inner world and the outer world are the same. So earlier when I mentioned how when I was 15, the inner world was Lawrence giving this speech. I'm up on stage, I'm talking to the crowd, they're loving it. But the outer world was Lawrence has a wife beater on and some jeans and the beat up Timberlands, and he don't even got a tripod. He ain't even got money for the tripod. He just rocking this off the phone with the data, and it's 100 degrees, so the phone keep overheating. And he got to re-record the video 5 times. The outer world was that. The inner world is this right here. But at the stage of becoming, once you have imagined yourself deeply in the vision, you start without even knowing it. You're taking actions in alignment with that vision. You start to take that action that will bring the outside world and the inside world and bring them together. They become the same. What I imagine up here is out here too. You become the person that can do the thing that you want in your mind up here. Now, you understand the process and the formula and can apply it to the other areas of life. The exact same system I use to be standing here giving this speech is the same system I use to make more money. Same system I use to improve my health. Same system I use to improve my physical and mental health. Same system I use in everything that my life has become is based off an idea, a thought, living in the vision, becoming. Then you must conduct yourself as if it is done. Do not think from, okay, today I'm 15 years old, I'm sitting in the grass, I have my tripod, I'm dusty, there's dirt all over me, the audio's terrible, I don't even have thumbnails. No. Do not conduct yourself from where you are today. Conduct yourself from the vision. Conduct yourself from the point you're trying to get to. If I want to be on a stage giving a speech, what does that person do? How do they think? How do they talk? What does that person do? I need to conduct myself as if I am where I want to be, as if I have what I want to have, as if my life on the outside is the same as the life on the inside. If when I wanted to increase the amount of money I was making, I had to think to myself, okay, my bank account is on $16. But what do I want it to be? I want it to be on the millions. I'm nowhere near close to a millionaire, by the way. Just stick with the point. I want to be in the millions. What does that person do? What do they not do? Where do they go? What kind of people do they hang around? What kind of food do they eat? You gotta get obsessed with this kind of stuff. Because when I was 15 in the grass, I was still moving like the kind of person I wanted to be today. Who I am today is who 15-year-old Lawrence wanted to be. 15-year-old Lawrence acted in accordance with who I am today, and that brought me here. Did that analogy make sense?
Yes.
Perfect. Because another great example to explain this is if somebody was 500 pounds, right? Let's just say 500 pounds, they want to lose weight. They cannot think from the perspective of, oh, I'm 500 pounds right now. Yes, that's what's on the outside, but you have to act like the person that you want to become. I want to lose weight. What do? They go to the gym. What do they eat? They don't eat 5 Big Macs a day. What do they drink? Water. They don't drink 5 giant Dr. Cokes every day. No, they drink water. They go to the gym. They eat this way. Yeah, they might have cheat meals, but they're not eating a whole cake every night. They're not putting down a whole 16 slice pizza by themselves. No. I've seen it happen before. Most I ever ate was 8 slices. I ate a whole 8 slice pizza one time by myself. Yeah.
Were you home?
Yeah, it was. It was a real good pizza.
The whole thing.
I was bored. I was bored.
You never heard of that? Stevie B's? It's in Georgia. I'm not going. You pick the Georgia theme. Okay, okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
Lactose intolerant.
Okay.
Are you?
All right. Well, let's think of it like this, right? Instead of a whole 16-ounce pizza, the healthy person would not eat a pint of ice cream every day. Like, the Ben and Jerry's, you get your spoon and you just. I did that before. I did that before. I worked. Yeah, I used to do that. That's why I was. Like, it's comforting in a way. Like when you get. Yeah, like a heartbreak.
To make yourself feel better than just
Yeah. Yeah. And before you know it,
even though like you're I'm I don't need to eat, like I'm okay, like I'm filled.
you're just trying to feel something.
Eat because it's like even though I'm full, I just need to eat. Like it's just comforting. Like,
Yeah, like those people who they get their heart broken. Just picture this. It's like a middle-aged mom and she just got divorced or something. And she's like, "Oh, baby." And she just down that whole pint of ice cream, watching some Netflix. I've been there before.
but you know, there's a rejection thing where you trick people out and be like, do I really want to be here?
You just brought up a great point right there too. Do I want to be this way? Because the person that you're trying to become, you have to look at yourself right now. What are the actions I'm currently taking? And are they the actions of what I want to become? Do I want to become what I'm currently doing? If yes, keep doing that. If no, stop it. Next point. Now that you've understood the system and you're able to attract the desired outcomes, and you can use the formula, and you conduct yourself as if it is done, this is the most important part right here. You must be definite. There is no alternative. So y'all heard the phrase "get rich or die trying." Imagine get rich or get rich. There,
So no visual. Just
no, like you,
it's no. Oh my God, what am I trying to say?
no other way.
Yeah, it's just only the good. You're only thinking of.
Yes, that's the whole point. You have to conduct yourself as if it is done and as if there is no alternative. I get rich or I get rich. I win or I win.
That's basically telling yourself like you have to be like, this is what I'm set on, and you got like
Yes.
to get it done.
Yes, and not even just that you're motivated to do it. It's just this is what it is. Like it. There's no. Okay, so
There's
yes,
no around.
yes. There's no corners. It's just this, and not even that I'm going there. No, I am there. I am there. Because if I say, "Oh, I get rich or I die trying," that's like you have wiggle. You got all this wiggle room. I get rich or I die trying. I die trying or I get rich. I'm halfway in, halfway out. No, I get rich. Yes. Or not even just that you might turn to it. It's the fact that there's the potential for you to turn to it. It's so when you're putting out energy to do something, you're putting out ideas, you're putting out different feelings. You're wavering, you're wiggling back and forth. Sometimes I feel like it, sometimes I don't. Maybe I'll go to the gym today, maybe I won't. But if you say that every Monday I go to the gym, that's what I do. Every Monday I go to the gym. It's not, oh, when I feel like it, or maybe I'll go, or if I, what if this or what if that? No, every Monday I go to the gym.
Oh, like, what if this happens, or what if this comes out?
Yes,
Do it, and I have to do that, and I'm not looking for that.
yes.
And then, yeah.
And that wiggle room creates those excuses because you can say, not even if just something comes up, but it's like your thoughts will start to create possibilities that could come up. Like today, I was about to leave out my house. I'm thinking, should I go to the gym today before I go get this speech? But I have a rule to myself that I always do. I gotta do it. Like if I don't do it, my brain is foggy when I go get the speech. I have to go. But I started to catch myself slipping a little bit. I'm like, but my shoulder's kind of tired. And that's when I said to myself, nope, we're getting our bag, we're putting our stuff on, and I ran out the door.
Oh.
Like I actually bolted out my door, and my neighbor was looking at me like,
Discipline.
yes, because if you start to give yourself that wiggle room, you start to slip up little by little, it's like forming a crack in a suit of armor. Imagine you have a suit of armor all the way on, head to toe. Nothing can hit you. You're invulnerable. But I put a little crack in there. Nothing happens. Next day, I put a little crack in there. Next week, I put another crack in there. Eventually, sooner or later, something's gonna break. And that's when arrow takes you out. Because you've given yourself wiggle room. I get rich or I die trying. I win or I lose. No, I win or I win. I will succeed or I will succeed. No alternatives. You gotta be definite. Because when you're not definite, you're giving yourself that wiggle room. You know how some people they'll try one business and then a month later they're in a different thing?
Yes.
Or they're trying to diet, or they say they're gonna go to the gym, or they say this or they say that, and then you call them and you're like, next month you're like, oh hey man, let's go to the gym together. Oh no man, stuff came up. No, they wasn't definite about it. You gotta be definite. It's like pouring concrete. When you pour concrete around something, you're not breaking that. You're not breaking that. This is what it is.
If there's something like we want to do, like I want to play for the summer, like I would go like a certain amount of days, like say, so this is what I was doing. So the summer, so it's gym, I would go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday, let my body rest and everything. And next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So it's like once you have that schedule, that discipline to keep doing it every, it's like you're consistent now.
Yes.
Hey, this is what you
Yes. Yes. And that brought up another point, right? So it takes 30 days to make a habit. It takes 90 days for it to become a lifestyle. And between 6 to 11 months, it becomes second nature. So imagine if going to the gym was like breathing. Oh, I just go. Like I don't even realize that I'm doing it. I just kept myself on the train to the gym. So like this is just what I do. Like I wake up, I brush my teeth, I put on my clothes, I take my shower, I go to the gym. It's second nature. I don't necessarily plan it out. I might decide what time will I go, but I'm going. I'm going. Until that clock hits 12 p.m., I'm going to the gym. At some point, somehow, some way, I'm going to the gym. And if I can't, I'm running laps around the block. My neighbors have seen me do it for 2 years straight. I will run laps around my block if I cannot go to the gym. Because it is definite. There is no alternative. It's not that I want to lose weight or I feel like losing weight or I'm going to. No, I am. I'm doing it. It's happening.
People would say like, "Oh, why are you working out every day? Like you're already fit."
Keep it going.
Just to fit. It's just to keep my body in shape.
Yes. And it's not even just to keep the body in shape. No, this is who I am. This is the person I'm becoming. This is my life. Oh, now, as you're stepping into that new self, you're becoming this new version. Like you mentioned earlier, with people saying, "Oh, why are you working out every day? You really think you're gonna open up that hair salon? You really think you're gonna get into that college? Like you really think you all that? You're gonna have people trying to talk all crazy about you, right? But in that process, you'll begin to lose people because the people that you're losing were actually never meant to be there in the first place. No, no, they're all right. Let them do what they do. So you're gonna start to quote unquote lose people because you're becoming different. You know how, like you mentioned, when you start working out, people start trying to hate on you. They saying, "Oh, why you doing this? No, why you acting different? Why this? Why that?" Everybody got something to say. The people that you're losing and are coming out of your life are actually just the haters. And as you're stepping into this new version of yourself, you're just going to the things that are not aligned with who you are and what you're becoming and what you're meant to be, they're going to leave your life. That's why you might be trying to change the way you eat, change what you're doing, change your habit, get a new job, make more money. People start leaving your life because, oh, you switching up on me, you being different, or making stuff up on. But if you look all throughout nature, you're supposed to change. You're supposed to. A caterpillar doesn't stay a caterpillar his whole life. It becomes a butterfly. It becomes unrecognizable. It goes into that shell, it goes into its mind, it goes into the vision, it imagines itself, it rearranges, it becomes something brand new, and it came in a caterpillar, it went into the vision, it came out a butterfly or a tadpole. It starts off as a little egg. It starts swimming around, wiggling about. Then it starts to grow. It creates legs. It loses its tail. It jumps out the water. Now you have a frog. Then you must train yourself to live in that desired outcome because people, places, and things are going to try to take you out of it. People are going to tell you, why are you acting different? Why are you switching up? Oh, you think you this. Oh, you think you that. Everybody got an opinion, but not everybody's opinion matters. I say that so many times. Everybody got an opinion, but not every opinion matters. Oh, but how you gonna achieve that goal if this or that, or you don't have this degree, or you don't look like this, or what if that, or what if this? I don't care. Yes, because my way is my way. No wavering. I'm open to suggest. Yeah, it's cause see, right? Yeah, and right. Cause see, the point is, you want to listen to people who are qualified to tell you what to do in that regard. My doctor is not qualified to tell me about how I should exercise. My personal trainer. Yes, my doctor makes suggestions. My doctor can do brain surgery on me, but he can't fix my car.
Like in the pool, everybody then a second.
Yeah.
So I got her to turn out yesterday and was saying like her you're you're talking about
Well, I ain't breathing heavy or nothing. Like some people just naturally weigh more.
is that like you're
I mean, and then she was like, see, right, listen, everybody got an opinion, not everybody opinion matter. Now, right, listen, if she was to say, like I mentioned earlier, my doctor can tell me how to do brain surgery, but I'm not calling my doctor to fix my car. I'm not calling my doctor to work out. I will call a personal trainer on how to do that. And when it comes to me speaking, I don't ask random people on how can I become a better public speaker. If somebody says, hey, you stutter or this or that or eye contact, I'll listen. But if I want specialized information, I'm gonna go to somebody who's qualified to say that. Because you don't want to let the wrong influence get up in your head. You don't want people to mess up the vision. Because while you're building it up, it's still soft. Like trees, when they first come out the ground, they're easy to bend, they're soft, you could break them, you could snap in half. But once they get strong enough, you can push all up against that tree as much as you want, ain't nothing happen. Because it's strong, it's solid, it's solidified. It knows I am strong. I'm a tree. You can't bend me. You can't break me. Go mess with the little flowers. Go stomp on the grass. You can't stomp on me. Now, that's why you need to not allow yourself to be pulled out of that state. Because what you operate from in here will start to create the world you live in on the outside. It's like mad people. They always got something to be mad about. They always have something to be mad about because they are mad. It's not just stuff randomly showing up. No. Because you are mad, you are creating a world in your head that then creates the world on the outside that gives you stuff to be mad about. If I think I should really text this specific friend, all of a sudden, ding, that friend texts me. The world in my head starts to create the world on the outside because your brain and your mind runs off electric signals. Those electric signals send out signals to other things on a similar frequency. That frequency attracts stuff to you. Good example. When you turn on your radio or your phone, it connects to Wi-Fi. Where's the Wi-Fi? I don't see it. Somehow my phone connects to Wi-Fi, but I don't see it. Because my phone's sending out signals. The Wi-Fi is sending out signals. They're on the same frequency and they match up. They connect. Then that connects to the satellite, which connects to the phone in China. So the signals in my phone connect to other signals that allows the person in China to call me. Your brain sends out signals based on what's in there, your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, your opinions, what you're thinking about. It finds stuff on the same signals, they match up, and now all of a sudden, after you were thinking about texting your friend, that friend just texted you like that. Yes. And on that same note, I'm going to tell you guys a story. I have a friend who lives in New Jersey. This, well, yeah, she lives in New Jersey, and she's in high school, so she's 17. August. So I have a friend, and I'm just excited about it. So I have a friend who lives in New Jersey. She's 17, so she's in high school. Now, for some reason, whenever I'm visualizing myself giving a speech, I picture her in the crowd because I just feel like she really enjoyed the information I put out. We've never met in person. We just met like online. And one day, well, yesterday, after months of me I never told her this either. After months of me imagining her in the crowd in my speeches, I get a text yesterday from her saying that her social studies teacher wants to hire public speakers to teach class. Never told her that I wanted to speak at her school. But all of a sudden, her school teacher is looking for public speakers who talk about the stuff I talk about, and she just happens to know one of them. And she tells me, without me asking, hey, I have a. She tells me that, oh, my social studies teacher is looking for people. At her school, the specific friend who I imagine in the crowd in my speeches tells me, without me asking her, that her school wants to hire speakers. If that ain't a perfect example, I don't know what is. Because how many schools are in the state of New Jersey? A lot. Over 1,000. Now in her town, right? Think about how specific this is. One individual person in one individual town at this specific school who knows a public speaker whose school is looking for public speakers. It's not weird for a school to do that. They do that. But this specific school, now we're on 6 coincidences. Yes, and on 6 coincidences, now the 7th coincidence is the fact that it's a public speaker who talks about what I talk about. Now we're on 8. Well, no, we're on 7 now. The 8th is the fact. Yes, and without me asking her to start asking around, she tells me that her school is looking, and the 10th is the fact that she knows me. 10 coincidences that are so hyper specific that it defies all logic. Because logically, why would that specific school around the same time when I'm imagining this have a teacher who it's a really big school, like multiple social studies teachers, but her specific teacher out of 5 different social studies teachers looking for speakers, and she's only in one of those classes. The statistic chance of that is ridiculously low. But how did it happen? I went in, I had an idea. I want to speak at a school. I had a thought. I imagine her in the crowd. That thought creates some energy. I imagine the vision. Now I'm seeing the vision. I'm seeing her in the crowd. I'm giving a speech. Everybody's loving it. There's an audience of people. There's high school students. Then I brought it into my life that a school teacher at her school, without me asking, now wants me to speak there. And that is the system. Your idea, put fuel into an idea, you create a thought. You visualize the thought in detail, you're going to feel it, you're going to experience it. You're going to start taking actions and thoughts and acting in alignment with the vision, and you will become the person who has the thing you want, the life you want, and every day you wake up living your dream life. And on top of that, another thing. Now, time frames become shortened. I've gotten so far in these last few months. Like I've been going on podcasts back to back. I've had people reach out to me. Schools are calling. Stuff is happening. Just back to back, back to back. The time frame is shortened because the vision, you don't imagine time up here. When you're imagining yourself with the kind of body you want, or the money you want, or the house you want, or whatever it is you want, don't think 10 years away. No, live it right now. Imagine it right now. Picture yourself in the car, with the money, in the house, with the family, whatever.
Cause I wanna be ready. Like I always had like those like times where I'm just thinking about how like yeah, like you just how I was thinking about what I would do.
Yes. see it, feel the dog, pet the dog, wash the dog, smell the soap. Yes. Feel it, hear it, see it, smell it as if it's happening right now. And sooner or later, it will happen right now because that's another thing. It's always right now. The past was now, right now is now, the future will be now. It's always now. So, your thoughts will materialize at the speed and in proportion to the strength of the emotion attached. The madder are, the more stuff you find to get mad about. The more energy and thought and emotion you put into your vision. That's another point I meant to put in there. When you're thinking of the vision, don't just imagine it happen. No, you want to put emotion into it. You want to feel the emotion of the money in your account. You want to feel the emotion of the loving husband. You want to feel being a better dad. You want to feel like you want emotions, you want happiness, you want sadness, you want joy, you want emotions in there. So that way, if the idea just starts popping to you, you just start knowing what to do without knowing. It's like you feel as if you're just winning the lottery because how did I know to play those numbers? How did I know to take that step? How did I know to go to that college? How did I know? You just know. Somehow, some way, the vision, the deeper you get into it, it'll bring it to you. You're going to meet people that you would have never thought you'd meet.
Specific day, in every day, in one day, I guess we would like, tough situation. I think to try my most job,
Yes.
came to act, and he went,
Yes.
ah, such a coincidence to come here on the same day that I went to him.
Yes. It's no alternative. I'm gonna win the lottery or I'm gonna win the lottery. I'm gonna get successful. I'm gonna get successful. There's no alternative. It's happening. It's gonna happen. Now, that's how you know. Because you'll start to know things with no evidence. Sometimes I'll hear somebody talking and I just know something about them. I just know what they're going through. I know what's going through their mind. I know their emotion with no evidence. They're like, oh, my boyfriend just broke up with me. Somehow I just know why he did it.
Or like, the deal of it's like, I could, I could just know me someone's text like they're not over just.
Yes.
It's like I can speak to advice and I tell them what's going to happen on court days, and now they're going to need something I should listen to you.
That women's intuition thing is right. That women's intuition thing is right. Because somehow y'all just be knowing stuff like I knew this one girl, she found out her boyfriend was cheating because he had a different haircut. He would always get the same haircut, but for some reason, all of a sudden, he added a taper fade. And she figured out that it was a girl at the barbershop. Somehow she just knew off the simple fact that he had a taper. You never get taper. Why you got a taper now?
It's like little thing, like
Yeah.
right,
like his laundry smelled different.
Or it's like not even that. It's just like how the things how you move forward and or
Yeah. Or even if like imagine if everything is normal, everything is exactly the same. There's nothing out the norm, but somehow something in you just says like, yo, yeah, or even like, you might be doing some laundry and it's a speck of nail polish on his pants, and you're like, huh, it's red nail polish. I got red nail polish, but I don't got that shade of red. Y'all be picking up on the littlest of stuff. And then somehow y'all track down the fact that this girl got that nail polish. It ain't like you got a whole, no, not even just a whole acrylic nail. I'm saying like a speck of nail polish. That's, mm, yeah, or like a, or like a broken, or like a broken edge of hair. And you're like, oh, that's a blonde hair. I have black hair. And then you find out, oh, he cheated on you with a girl with blonde hair. Not a whole piece of hair, just like one hair. Now, and now with that, you can just close on out with that's my Instagram, that's my website. I post blogs on there. Y'all should check my stuff out. Support me.
To support